just like to thank all of you for joining us as we celebrate our awardees. And I'm just going to start off, we're going to start off with the Community Advocate Awards. And so, as all of our Community Advocate Awards are going to individuals due to their involvement with Project Healthy Bones, I just want to give a little background on the program first. New Jersey's Project Healthy Bones, or PHB, is a volunteer-led wellness program designed to help seniors keep their bones strong through weekly exercise and education classes. It is approaching its 25th anniversary. It has flourished over the years and now has 150 classes, 250 peer leaders, and 25,000 participants. Our first award goes to Vernie Ellis. She was nominated by Sally Fullman, and she was a former Project Healthy Bones peer leader for St. Barnabas. Our first community advocate is, as I mentioned, Vernie Ellis. She was a retired peer leader from St. Barnabas. She died October 1st, 2020, just short of her 92nd birthday. While involved with Project Healthy Bones, Vernie embodied the best of our program and its leaders. Sally Fullman, who nominated Vernie for this recognition, worked with her to bring a class to one of the inner cities in Essex County. After being turned down in a few towns, they finally found an agency in Newark to sponsor the program. The outreach proved helpful in working with residents and other community health programs. Although the Newark Project Healthy Bones class did not last long, the cause was a worthy one and efforts to get there was tremendous. Vernie lived a long, rewarding life of service to her family, her church, and her community. And we honor her today for dedicating part of her energy and commitment to osteoporosis education and exercise through Project Healthy Bones. And we'd like to thank the family members for
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes. Would anybody on the family like to say anything quickly? You're more than welcome, and just unmute.
Thank you very much for honoring our mother. She was an amazing woman, and it is really great to watch her be memorialized like this. I know it's something she would have appreciated in her life, and we as her children and her grandchildren, I hear my daughter's on, are all honored to and happy that you all recognize her contribution. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Anita, before you go on, and Pam, if you wouldn't mind my mentioning this, Vernie and I worked very closely together, and we were just friends. And it was only when I read your sister's tribute to her that I understood what an important role she had in New Jersey and in American history. There was a historical note that said that Vernie was such a lovable child that when she was in school, she was friends with everybody and everyone loved her. And when it came time to go from grade school to middle school in Trenton, she would have had to go to a segregated school. And that meant that she would not be with her playmates. And their mothers, or her schoolmates, I should say, their mothers so loved Vernie that they petitioned for her to come to that school with her, and that was permitted. And that was the basis for a law in New Jersey to remove segregation from our schools. And that law became one of the bases for the board, for the Brown versus the Board of Education decision that removed the impediment of segregation throughout the United States. So she was part of history. And Pam, do you remember the sentence that your sister used in there? It was something in her tribute. It was something that because Vernie was so loved by other people, that she changed the course of history. So Vernie is special because of her work in Healthy Bones, but for us as a country. Yeah. Darlene, you're on. Good, Darlene. Good.
Hello.
And Darlene is the one who wrote that beautiful tribute.
Well, and I have to credit my sister. My sister is fabulous. She wrote beautifully about our mother, and we want to thank you, Sally, for nominating my mother for this wonderful award. She so loved Healthy Bones. There wasn't a day that went by that she was not, showing us or showing someone else how proper techniques for, lifting, moving, sitting. Yes, she would be so honored, and we thank you so much.
Congratulations again, and thank you for sharing her with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, our next award goes to Michael Leff. Michael is a Milburn High School student and founder of thebridgetonow.com, and he was also nominated by Sally Coleman. To get a little bit of a background, when COVID-19 hit and safety precautions forced the closing of senior centers, libraries, and other sites that traditionally host Project Healthy Bone classes, leaders looked for alternate online delivery platforms, specifically Zoom. This came with many barriers. Chief among them were that most of our coordinators and peer leaders had no access to Zoom, and many participants had older electronic devices and limited experience with social media. Within a few weeks, various towns and supporting agencies made their Zoom accounts available. That was a good first step, but class members were faced with unstable internet connections, older iPads and computers, and no experience logging into Zoom, let alone using it. Peer leaders were worried about offering online classes. Would everything crash? Would the leader be able to be seen and heard? Would they also see the participants to make sure that they were exercising correctly? It was overwhelming and everyone felt trapped. And then, as Sally wrote in her nomination, Michael Leff stepped into our lives. A senior in Milburn High School, Michael said that he also felt trapped. He had nothing to do, no sports, no extracurricular activities, no hanging out with friends. He saw that his grandparents, who were sheltering at home, had difficulty getting groceries. So he taught them how to order food online, and he began to think, what if people didn't have kids around to help? He realized that technology was something he knew a lot about and that he could share with seniors to make them feel connected. So he launched a program, Bridge Now, to teach seniors how to use Zoom and Facebook, protect their identity, and order food online. The Milburn Project Healthy Bones class turned to him for assistance, and their class has been offered via Zoom successfully ever since. All summer long and during his senior year, Michael offered free weekly classes on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. Some classes had just one person, most had 5 or 6. That gave him time to work with people individually. His younger brother and sister, twins, James and Isabella, high school sophomores, are helping now too. They have been active in their school peer leader programs, MASH, which stands for Machine and Software Helpers, SHOP, which stands for Students Helping Other Kids, and BOLT, which stands for Bring Our Lives Together. Here's what the Project Healthy Bones participants are saying. All 3 of them are so kind and patient and respectful, quote unquote. It's wonderful to come in contact with such an upstanding student, simply wonderful, again, quote unquote. And here's the last one. We can't thank him enough. He has given us back our friends and our health. What would we have done without him? Michael's mother, Nicole, added a few more thoughts. Michael is very close to his grandparents. He loves being with them and hearing about their lives. His Bridge to Now program has taken that even further. He has learned to communicate, to listen, and explain things, and to feel comfortable when he's the only young person there. He did it all himself. He has grown from it. I think it will stay with him forever. It will stay with us forever also. Michael, you are a role model for other students in the state to help seniors keep in touch and feel respected. You have enabled Project Healthy Bones classes to continue. You have built a bridge between young and old, encouraging us to keep building and teaching and staying in the game, as you say on your website. Therefore, the Interagency Council on Osteoporosis is happy to present you with its Community Advocate Award, and we wish you all the best going forward. Let's give them a virtual round of applause.
Michael, would you like to say a few words? If so, you have to go off mute.
Just say thank you to Sally Coleman for helping me out with it and nominating me. And best thanks to the whole committee of the state of New Jersey for giving it to me. And I guess for Dr. Meyer for letting me be in his office.
Give him a note.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any of his relatives, his uncle or aunt or grandparents?
I'd like to say that this award is a very, very good example of my grandson and who and what he is. And we are all so very, very proud and grateful for him.
Absolutely.
As his uncle, great uncle, I'm as proud of him as I am of his parents, of his aunts, the uncles, and Michael's carrying on a tradition of the family, and his great-grandparents would be very proud.
And I think I see Nicole, is that right or not?
Yes, hi. I'd like to thank you, Sally, for nominating him and for presenting him in the manner that you did, in that beautiful, beautiful dedication that you wrote for him. I know you were there on many of the meetings, and I think that you also, bringing in, your Healthy Bones group enabled the program to really flourish as it did. So Michael helped you, but you helped Michael as well to make his project something that carried forward and that did actually touch the lives and help the people that he was, which was what he wanted to do. So I thank you so much for the attention and the kindness that you've always shown my son. And I really, really appreciate you bestowing this on him today. To all of you on the committee and the Division of Health Services and the Division of Aging Services, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for honoring my son today, as you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being probably a role model.
That's true.
Okay, the next,
Michael, I think it exemplifies the ability to sympathize and empathize, and it speaks volumes to your character. And it's great to see younger generations doing what you're doing and putting in that kind of effort. I applaud it.
We're so proud.
And Michael, you're the first high school student that we've ever honored, so it's special for us also.
wow.
Thank you.
Dr. Amato, would you like to say anything?
Michael, we love you so much, and we're always proud of you, and we're especially proud today. Love you, buddy.
Most definitely. Great job. It's so nice to see you bringing people together. I know that it probably made a big difference in so many lives, and we're so proud of you.
Peanut's proud of you, too.
Peanut, she wants to get in and say she's proud of you.
Okay, thank you so much. We will now go on to the next award. Pat Bryant, these Project Healthy Bone leaders are from Randolph Township, and they were nominated by Christine Lasukin. And they are Pat Bryant, Dottie Adapetrosis, Delia Vince-cruz, and Kathy Casey, as well as Joan. The next group of names are the Tuesday and Thursday class Project Healthy Bone leaders from Jefferson Township, and they were also nominated by Christine Lasukin. And their names are Joan DeYoung, Rosemarie Lang, Mickey Nagaris, Lucy Dodge, Lynn Huron, and Bill Craig. And I hope I said your names correctly. To honor them, the alternative to Zoom classes was either to stop all programming or find a safe way to continue meeting in person. 3 Morris County classes chose the latter, successfully moving their classes outdoors. Today, from the Randolph class, we honor peer leaders Pat, Dottie, Delia, and Kathy for their willingness and motivation in continuing to offer their class by moving it to an outdoor pavilion. Weekly classes were held every Thursday morning from May through November 2020. Like their participants, these leaders were excited to be together, and they did so safely. From the Jefferson Tuesday class, we honor Joan and Rosemarie, and from the Thursday class, Mickey, Lucy, Lynn, and Bill, for their dedication and enthusiasm in running their classes in the Senior Center parking lot. Their classes also ran from May to November. They went the extra mile and put the common good of ensuring safe movement for all above themselves. Thank you to all of you for all you do to ensure access to Project Healthy Bones, especially during a pandemic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm not sure if any were able to join us, but if so, and you want to unmute, please do so.
Bill Craig from Jefferson. We want to thank you for honoring us this night. It's been a great program. I've been in its inception here in Jefferson, and we've moved from being outdoors to Zoom programs. We're averaging about 20 people a session on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We appreciate the honor. We appreciate Christine for nominating us, and we continue the program. We love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, this is Lucy. I joined Bill thanking you for the honor. We have moved to Zoom classes, and I do appreciate being able to get together with friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. We'll be getting you your certificates afterwards. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Delia, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, okay. I'm Delia Vince-cruz, although the iPad said it's Merla Ricafranca, okay? Because I just borrowed the iPad so I can be at the Zoom. And she's laughing. Margie's laughing at me. We're from Randolph, team leader and peer leader, not team leader, peer leader. And we do a lot of volunteers for Randolph Township, like the Project Healthy Bone, and for Morris Township, we do the line dance at the Central Park. That helps our bone too. That's an exercise. And the Randolph Senior Olympic, that's another exercise too, right? Because we're doing a lot of outdoor, something for Olympic, okay, like shooting the basketball, and then the throwing of the bean bag, and so on. So I thank you for the recognition award, and I thank Chris for allowing us to use the Brundage Park to continue the Project Healthy Bone until we were asked not to do it anymore because they're closing the Brundage Park. But we plan to continue later on. Thank you, and I'm glad to see everybody at the screen, and I try to video too so I can show it to Chris. So that's why the camera is on. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, our final Community Advocate Award was nominated by Laurie Morell, and it goes to Project Healthy Bones peer leader Laurie Stevens, who is part of the Parker Health Group. Laurie Stevens trained as a Project Healthy Bone peer leader about 4 years ago to support growing Parker Health Group's community-based programs in Franklin's Senior Center. Laurie has led a group of 20 to 25 participants on a weekly basis, bringing the group education in correlation to the osteoporosis programming, following the updated 2018 Project Healthy Bones manual. Laurie has taken the initiative of engaging her participants by creating a roundtable on the topic of education and having each participant bring their information to the table, creating an ideal psychosocial circle of friendly partners. The participants have written letters of appreciation, supporting her endless commitment to helping them maintain their healthy bones and lifestyle. And today we join them by honoring Laurie Stevens. Laurie, are you on? There you are, I see you. Okay, would you like to say something?
Sure, I just want to thank Laurie Morell for nominating me. I also want to thank Sally Fullman for really helping me understand the whole program of Healthy Bones. And I think it's just such an important program. It's just very simple, but so important. And to teach it right, it just benefits so many people, especially our seniors. And now with everything going on with the pandemic, it's just very we'll put it that way. And it also gives our seniors a platform to discuss our problems, right? Especially with osteoporosis. And we're all in the same boat, and we share information, education, and it's just really a wonderful thing. And I thank Healthy Bones and the state for the opportunity to teach it. You're welcome.
Laurie, would you like to say anything? I've done you.
Absolutely. So I want to thank Laurie for taking the initiative to actually improve the program and guide people, and showing her compassion and empathy to the people that we serve at Parker, and going outside the parameters to the community. She's really Parker Wilkinson. Thank you, Laurie.
Okay, thank you. Our next category of awards are the professional awards. And the Parker Health Group, specifically Laurie Morell, have been nominated by Sally Fullman. It has been 10 years since Parker Health Group gave Project Healthy Bones a grant to introduce our program to their assisted living facility, Stonegate in Piscataway. That grant led to a research publication on a close bond between Parker and its Director of Health and Wellness, Laurie Morell, and several people in Healthy Bones in particular, led lead coordinator and Professor Mary Wagner from the Rutgers Ernst Mario School of Pharmacy and lead coordinator Sally Fullman. Since then, Parker has become a Healthy Bones in all of its facilities and bringing it to nearby retirement communities through its Parker at Home program. The social impact of COVID-19 risked dismantling all the work Parker had done for its residents and community members. But thanks to Laurie Morell's technological and organizational skills, Parker was the first center to implement a virtual program which now serves 60 participants. It has been invaluable in supporting its participants. Class leaders are also physical therapists and personal trainers who carefully observe members so the exercises are done correctly. Laurie's vibrant personality has helped keep everyone's spirits high, in part through making the educational component especially interesting and informative. As an example, by completing their calcium diary, several participants learned they had been taking many calcium supplements and adjusted their intake and focused on food as a first source of calcium. Participants got DEXA scans at Laurie's recommendation and learned they had osteopenia rather than osteoporosis and felt more motivated to increase exercise to keep their bones strong. By the end of the year, classes were solidly and happily in place, and participants expressed their appreciation to Laurie and her team. One participant wrote, "Thank you for your kindness and all the beautiful things you are doing for us via Zoom." Another said, "I want to thank you for the exercise program you started to get us all through this pandemic. You and all the trainers have done a great job to help us remain positive. Thank you all. We appreciate so much what you have done for us." In 2021, Parker reinstated its Healthy Bones program for Franklin Township in February and has organized a new class for beginners in March. Laurie has made everything easy for the new people by preparing a consent form and helping get their medical approval forms to their healthcare providers. We congratulate Laurie, her dedicated team, and Parker Health Group for its leadership role in transforming Project Healthy Bones to a successful virtual program that has helped so many people in Parker facilities and senior housing communities in New Jersey. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I think that I speak on behalf of the entire health and wellness team, who are all peer leaders and who all participate with our community probably 3 out of 5 days a week, and making sure that we're supporting them with getting technologically correct, being able to Zoom, and really caring about themselves and enjoying the socialization that they have when they're with their peers during the class. So thank you again, because your program has been the value that's actually helped enrich their lives.
Thank you, Mary and Sally. Okay, our next award goes to the Interfaith Caregivers of Greater Mercer County. Avita, I'm not sure I'm saying this right, Avita Garon, her coordinators and peer leaders, nominated by Sally Foltman. Avita, if you're here, please pronounce your name correctly.
It's Hiron.
Hiron. Thank you. When COVID-19 forced statewide shutdowns in March 2020, Interfaith Caregivers were offering
all peer leaders and who all participate with our community probably 3 out of 5 days a week, and making sure that we're supporting them with getting technologically correct, being able to Zoom, and actually really caring about themselves and enjoying the socialization that they have when they're with their peers during the class. So thank you again, because your program has been the value that's actually helped enrich their lives.
Okay, our next award goes to the Interfaith Caregivers of Greater Mercer County. Avita, I'm not sure I'm saying this right, Avita Garon, her coordinators and peer leaders, nominated by Sally Foltman. Avita, if you're here, please pronounce your name correctly.
It's Hiron.
Hiron. Thank you. When COVID-19 forced statewide shutdowns in March 2020, Interfaith Caregivers were offering 5 locations. Some classes were bilingual, presented in Spanish and English. Some were held in low-income senior housing, whereas others were in suburban libraries. Interfaith developed a program that can serve as a best practice model for others around the state offering Project Healthy Bones. Lead coordinator Avita and her other coordinators and peer leaders created a plan focusing on their participants and technology. First, they made wellness calls to reassure every participant, encouraging them and offering support. Next, they created a Zoom account and provided technical training for peer leaders to build skills and confidence for offering virtual classes. To launch their program, they developed a welcome package for participants and sent it online or by email. It included a cover letter, medical approval, and contact forms, and guidance on how to use Zoom. In mid-June, Interfaith held its first Monday class, led by experienced lead coordinator Laurie Stevens. She set a pattern for safety, doing the strength exercises once without weights, and gradually moving to the regular program and the increasing use of weights. Avita sent weekly friendly reminder invitations with the link to the following week's class, recognition of peer leaders, and their educational presentations from the previous week, scheduled for future classes, and surveys to measure participant satisfaction. By mid-September, they were ready to host a second class on Thursdays. Their Zoom program had many advantages for participants and leaders. Peer leaders shared roles, with classes being led by one peer leader or teams of 2. This helped improve their skills by observing other leaders working with them and planning classes. Leaders also chose their own educational material for the exercise breaks, drawing on various sources, including the Project Healthy Bones Participant Manual, the National Osteoporosis Foundation, the Center for Disease Control, and other trusted sources. Peer leaders were passionate about their topics, resulting in a new appreciation of bone and general health information. They've also invited guest speakers for both Monday and Thursday participants, starting with Margie Bissinger, who is also a member of this committee. In January, they invited a pharmacist for the National Pharmacist Day, and in February, a speaker on heart health for National Heart Health Month. Interfaith's teamwork and well-planned use of resources have helped its participants and leaders exercise safely and strengthen their bond of friendship. Its new Zoom format has been an invaluable contribution to the well-being of everyone in their program and can serve as a role model for other classes. In honoring Interfaith Caregivers as an agency with our professional award, we also want to acknowledge their class leaders: Mary Lou Samini, Laurie Harbiston, Gina Hopkins, Susan Jelinek, Jane Latini, Marilyn Lasurf, Doris Petruska, Carolyn Sosna, and Rose Sodaro. I hope their names were said correctly. Congratulations, Avita.
So much. Thank you, Anita. And I want to say thank you so much, Sally, for nominating our team at Interfaith. Without them, this all wouldn't be possible. So thank you. Thank you to the ICO team, and thank you to my executive director, Linda Kimberly. Thank you.
I come to one of your classes. They sound amazing. I think
yes.
I'd love to see the format.
Yes, absolutely. I'll send you an invite.
That'd be perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you know, not only are their classes perfect and so good, they did such a good job from the very beginning, you know, because we all know that the social aspect of Healthy Bones is so important. And they kept in touch with phone calls, personal letters, and notes. And so it created that bond that was able to launch them into the Zoom situation. And their classes are great. Laurie, I've seen, and Jane and a couple of others. The classes are so full of energy and love. It's really, really remarkable. And Linda, too.
Thank you.
If I could just express my thanks to Sally for the nomination. It was just lovely to be recognized. I think, like, we all are really struggling through this, you know, this pandemic situation, and to be recognized for the extras that we try to do and the solutions. You know, we all had to pivot as quickly as we could. And then I want to just express my love and admiration for my team, for Avita and Laurie and all of our peer leaders. You know, they quickly recognized that the connection that people had with each other and with the need to be healthy at this time. And if they couldn't come to us, we had to find a way to come to them to the best of our ability. And so they just learned new skills, tackled when technology works, it's great, and when it doesn't, it doesn't. And so just continuing to have a sense of humor and love and connection. And
your cat, Mary. What's your cat's name?
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, Dennis, I believe you are next, right?
Yes. And we just have one other thing that we didn't put on the agenda, but Mary Bridgman has been our chairwoman for 5 years. She actually won one of these professional awards a couple of years ago. So traditionally, at the end of a term, we give them that award, but you got it already. So we just will be sending you a certificate of thanks for your 5 years of outstanding service as chair. Of course, you've been a member for 13 years. You were co-chair for 2 years before you became chair. I know your commitment to the ICO and osteoporosis educate go on, so I look forward to you staying a very active member of our council. And so thank you, Mary, for all your leadership over the last 5 years.
Thank you, Dennis, and honestly, thank you to everyone. Holy moly, this past year has been wild, and just to reflect back on the fact that as an ICO, we were able to pivot and move in a blink from an in-person to a virtual environment, and really been able to thrive during this time. I mean, just the stories that we've heard today are just a testament to how nimble and flexible we can all really be. So again, it's been my great privilege to serve, and Anita, happy to support you as Mary and Julie and everyone else who's ever served previously. Happy to continue that as well.
Thank you, and I'd also like to really say thank you and just share how inspiring you were as a leader as well, and your dedication to the council, and really helping us design, remodel, rejuvenate the strategic plan and everything that was done while you were the chair. So thank you so much.
Great.
Well, I could add one little thing. I see that Kelsey has joined us. So Kelsey, you're seeing the leaders here, with Anita, Mary Bridgman, Mary Wagner, Dennis, of course, Margie, Kathleen, all those who have been so involved in the program for so long.
You joined us a little bit late. Your nomination was accepted, and your nomination will go